we are going to make an origami bookmark today. So here's my book, and I'll show you how we put it in there later. Start with a piece of paper. I already cut a piece out before while I was practicing this, but I still have enough here, so I'm gonna reuse this paper. We wanna make a perfect square. It doesn't matter exactly what size you use. I'm gonna do 5 inches by 5 inches. If you don't have a ruler, you can mark it with something else that has a straight edge. Just make sure you're making it the same distance. So if you're using a magazine as your straight edge, maybe you can mark the magazine how far you want it to be and use that as a measurement. So from the very edge, this is 5 inches. Mark that. And then from the same corner, another 5 inches. And now I'm gonna make my lines. Hold your ruler steady by spreading out your fingers when you hold it down. Your fingers press down on the ruler so it doesn't budge, while your pencil draws along the side. I'm spreading out my fingers again. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna cut this out neatly on the lines. And you can use any kind of paper. If you have colored paper or a pattern paper, you could even use a page out of a magazine or an old book. If you have permission to cut up the old book, you can make this with any paper and it would be really interesting. A lot of times I think art that uses paper with words on it is pretty cool. All right, so now we have our square. We're gonna turn it to make a diamond. And we're gonna take this bottom corner and fold it up to the top corner. So we match these up and fold the paper in half, make a nice crease. I'm noticing I have a little bit extra here and I really do need it to be a perfect square, so I'm gonna trim off that extra. That means I probably didn't make my lines perfectly straight or perfectly square, but that's okay. There we go, now it is. All right, so we have the fold on the bottom, bring one of the side corners up to match the tippy top of our triangle and crease that down. And we're gonna do the same thing with this corner. We're halfway there. Okay, now we're gonna open it up. Leave this still folded in half, and we have these creases here as a guide. So now we take this top corner, instead of opening the whole thing, we're just going to pull it down to match up with this creased corner we made. Smooth it down. So you have a little flap here. Okay. Now we're going to take this corner, leave the flap down here. It's kind of like we're bringing it up again, but this time we're going to tuck it inside. Kind of like you're tucking it in bed or in a little pocket. As far as you can get it in there, and crease that down. Okay, so now we have this pocket in there and it'll stay put. And when you go to put it in your book, I would collect a few pages. And there you have, whoops. There you have your pocket little origami bookmark.